guys, we'll do Q&A now. We'll take some photos and we'll get some rounds in. Okay, you guys, whatever you want. Obviously, it's not too weird or personal.
How do you speak the Kimura grip from the back?
The Kimura grip from the back?
Oh, from the Kimura grip from, like, when they're north-south.
No, that's specific. Can you show us where you get it stuck? Yeah, how do they set it up?
Usually when like north-south, then they actually go here, or they'll go to the back, or they can just get the arm bar. Right?
So from, I mean, little things like morality, so I say, even if guys are side controlling me, and they're trying to dodge for this wrist, but for Kimura, listen, I'll try to keep this hand behind the arm for the wrist. Try to go with Kimura. Some guys dive for it when you're playing like underhook half and stuff here. So I'll try to keep my hands behind the elbow here. So go crazy. If you start setting up Kimura up and stepping over, I'll try to use my knees. If you like it. So really strip these grips. In terms of Kimura traps, that's what sort of positions you roll over. Here, I was just trying to prevent the bottom knee, the bottom foot come all the way through. And then actually clear the Kimura just with my hands in. So hold on top. I find like most people are concerned about the legs here, but it's actually quite an easy grip to break.
Okay, what other grip can you use when you set in the most guard? It's not just the burrito grip, what other grip can you use to set up that position? Because sometimes when you grab this, sometimes maybe it's slip. So what else can you do?
Only the burrito. I mean, it's like you just need to beat it. Like if he's trying to club a cross face in, I might just be throwing the chin. Slip it. You know, we don't always need it to be the tap. Instead of punch. I like it better. I do like the burrito because I can really bend that elbow and drag him for it. Obviously, if I want him falling this direction, right? So if he's loading weight into me here, I have to have a lot of forward pressure for him to end up in the same position without me getting a clip on the target.
Hey Greg, how do you do the buggy choke from the upper and how you finish it?
So when knee shield here, I start coming up. If David pummels his elbow inside this way and reaches for the crossface, that's the reaction, right? So we come back, so we're knee shield, we're coming, he brings it through, he dives for it, that's when we can hit this position.
How do you do something with your fist? Like,
This on the neck? I mean, that's kind of just being an asshole, you know?
Can I get some tips on hand biting from the back control? Because obviously you want to go like straight jacket, trap the arm, right? But a lot of times I find myself stuck there, like just hand biting and get tired. So how do you be dominating there?
I mean, I'm not a big fan of the straight jacket, really. If I have David's back, and I'm flat on my back here, right, there's always going to be a hand fight battle. Most of the time, I'm trying to take the back. I'm trying to flatten people out. Because, let's go this way. If I'm flattening David out, his hands are preoccupied by trying to build height. And it sort of negates the hand fight here. So I try to set up the rear naked, where he has to use his grips to build height. Obviously, if he's flattened out here, looks like a prison scene, but if he's flattened out, he's only going to get out if he builds height, which allows me to start setting up the chokes. So I'm not a big fan of like doing chair sit, back takes, taking hooks like that. I'd rather just keep top, half guard to mount, mount to flat mount.
Got it.
And we sort of negate the hand flat.
Can you talk a little bit about if he's doing a switch hip half guard pass and he's already high up and heavy on you? Like, so your face is just seeing his back up here?
Yeah. So you mean like the reverse Ketatame sort of position?
Yeah. So can you go to octopus from there?
Yeah, so if he drops his hip on me, when I feel this hip, he's crashing weight in the direction I want to go, so I'll try to pull him, and as he moves his weight back, I'll try to use that to build fast. But it will, like I'll come up, I get here, he switches hips, and I'm trying to get up. Never gonna work, right? But I'll try to create a bit of a scrambling position, so he uses momentum against him.
So you use your top knee to help bump him up over your head a little bit.
Yeah, and the lat grab.
How do you body lock pass without opening your body lock?
I always
Everybody
open
knows
it.
this, but I don't.
What's that?
How do you body lock pass, like the body lock pass that everybody uses now, without opening up the body lock?
I mean, I personally would open my arms, you know? I feel like people are locked all the time. So it works. Dude, really, really good 2 or 3 years ago, but now, like, obviously people are aware of it. So I would prefer, I might secure the body lock and then start stepping over in these directions. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of keeping it locked. I feel like you just can't create a good enough angle there. I always try to open my hands from there now. Body lock to find them out, and then open the hands to pass.
Is it true you're moving in with that aggressive?
Actually, where's Freddie? This guy's moving in with him.
My girlfriend.
Any suggestions on from deep half going into that waiter sweep? I have a hard time like switching my hips over to where they're perpendicular somehow, and I still am kind of like parallel.
Do you want to show us from the back?
Sure.
Don't fuck it up, David.
We're going into like deep half, right? So over here, maybe here, deep. I have a hard time like getting my hips parallel this way while their knees like on the mat.
I mean, I really only use the waiter sweep from like the under until I use it. I feel like deep half's like a short person's game, right? So we go to the heel. I'll really set up the waiter sweep from positions like that. So I have a bit more space for the entry in. So in terms of, I mean, I personally don't play a lot of deep half, but the only time I would use the waiter would be from under the heel. Yeah, so in terms of mobility, I mean, there's like a lot of create space there. So it might be bringing them forward.
Yeah, that height.
Yes, there's some side to side movement.
So you're talking about how you like to get people belly down from the back. What's like your typical system of getting them to belly down from like a basic back control?
From back control, what? I mean,
So if you like start neutral, seated, or whatever, or you just took a back and turtle.
mutual. So I'm already behind him.
Yeah, like how would you go about getting them belly down?
I mean, here it's always you're gonna need a core grip and a same side hook. I'm gonna need a flat. My elbows here, and you can see it started building this position. David's gonna try to build height with the other arm, and I'm gonna try to stay under the elbows here.
And you only have one position.
Okay.
Swap positions. You've done this to me
I
before.
was gonna say I thought you'd be good at this, but you're usually above.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, but always as you build height here, staying under the elbows.
Okay.
Prefer to just strap one leg instead of two?
One or two. Doesn't really matter here. If David lifts his other hip, I'll throw in a second hook. Yeah, nothing too strict. Claw, same side hook.
Okay.
And always flex. So people are enjoying that too.
So like when you're playing bottom, like what are your kind of like hand fighting tips so you can get attachments and slow the other guy down to where you can start working your game and your attacks?
Well, I mean, it just depends on what style of passing you're trying to do, right? You're trying to do side-to-side passing and stuff?
Yeah, probably more like the upright. The guy likes to stand and pass and try to do more of the outside passing.
Outside. So, when David's going side-to-side here, and he's trying to cut an angle, I actually try to block his knees here. I find it much more energy efficient than always, than trying to throw these frames in. So I'll try to actually be pushing on the knees the whole time, so as he's moving in and here. That way I can keep my knees to my chest. And trying to get at least a foot under the armpit here to create some attachment. I forgot it last time. But I mean, there's nothing too strict. We can reach for stuff, like I can try to catch a hook as if we're going to K.
Yeah.
Trying to keep him in between my legs.
That makes sense. But mostly you just try to keep your elbows mostly tight, and then you try to reach out to the knees whenever.
Yeah. Like if he throws a tornado on me. Just throw my legs to the side. I'll try to cup the knees. I'll basically try to flatten the pass with the knees. With my hands on the knees.
That makes sense. And that kind of allows you to slow them down to get your legs back into play.
Yeah, it's just more energy efficient for me to reach the knees. If I reach with the leg, now I'm presenting space for it.
That makes sense. So it's like and especially if you try like invert right away or something off their movement, that also allows them a little bit more space to.
I'll try to maybe use these to wrestle up to more. Just like David's he's cutting these angles here. I might even try to pummel on the elbow here to come up. So like wax on, wax off.
Can you do show the split the leg position for the leg drag?
From the leg drag? They want to see me in fucking horrible. Yeah, so I guess like traditional jiu-jitsu leg drag, guys are looking to go straight to side control. And I think the problem with this is it's very easy for David to turtle. And I can only choose to dive to take it back. Like basically, I'm allowing him to turtle to see some back exposure here, right? Whereas if I really need to keep a guy down and we get to a leg drag, or more, be stepping in between the legs. So we're sort of in control of the back take here. See, because I don't want David to turtle aggressively and needed to try to dive hooks and fall off the top. We go back and stop. We hit a leg drag, he goes to two, and we can start upgrading here. I'd always rather be on top here to attack the back than chasing so open space turtle positions there.
Can you show your submission from your first match at ACC?
I mean, honestly, that was more that guy, really.
It was his fault.
It was his fault. I was really trying to attack the arm in any way so he'd posture up, rip his arm out, and I could go to the legs. But I started setting up the Choi bar here, and he just tried to rip his arm straight out. And we can apply pressure. If he sort of turned with it, if he rotated his thumb, I'd have to attack an armbar from here. But he just, as we caught it, he just tried to pull straight back. And that basically...
3 or 4 more times.
You know what I mean? Like if I return with it, we can relieve pressure. But if you just try to pull your arm out, you're pulling it over the block. That guy was puking in the toilet before. I was like, yes. So it was mostly him, honestly.
How do you stop the back kick from double outside Ashi?
How do you stop it?
Yeah.
I think it's a shit position. No, I wouldn't play outside Ashi.
Okay.
Very few people are good at it.
How do you do the back kick from outside Ashi?
Oh my God. You know what it is? It's something like this. I mean, if he has an Achilles lock here, it's gonna be tough for me to force sort of back take positions out of it. But I'm really trying to clear the legs and work to pass. Because I mean, if he has the Achilles like I can start diving to the back and stuff, but you'll see it's gonna be hard to shallow the hook out. So really, rather than trying to take a risky back take, I'd rather clear these hooks and a high step. And then when the second he goes to recover guard, let the legs pass.
So if you have the Achilles lock, you'd rather do the high step to pass.
Exactly, yeah. If he's got a strong Achilles lock, they can just hang on to that shit for a while.
I was going to say, on sitting on the Choi bar, I've been struggling getting guys with the strong grip that just been pulling out. Not able to get the shoulder clamp. Did I get your number after
this? On this Choi bar, right? So what I want to focus on is keeping his wrist, his thumb pointed this way. So if I throw my foot inside and he turns his thumb to me, wait, the other way, and he pulls his arm out, that's what it's going to
It happens a bit, or whenever when they start rolling, I kind of lose the arm bar or the finish typically.
I would exaggerate this leg position. So if David's trying to pull his hand out, it gives us time to catch the thumb. So you're really trying to, we got this grip basically, whether it's reinforced or whether it's one. I'm really dropping heavy over the elbow, which will give us time to catch the thumb. And then we can start passing it.
Often when I'm trying to enter the saddle, as I'm elevating, they will pummel that leg inside to look for like wedging back takes. And I'm not quite sure how to either clear that hook so I can re-enter the saddle or what.
Do you want to show us to these guys? Don't let him pull out.
He never lets me.
And as I'm trying to enter, this leg comes in.
So you're doing it from single X, right?
Single leg X. He like feels that and comes level. So start to try. Enter normally.
So I would suggest, you go back to single X, I would suggest passing off to an X guard here. So if you get a scoop grip with your, and now we go X guard, we put their hands on the floor. Now we switch to the reverse X, and we can elevate here. That's harder for them to do the wedge back take. Or if they just lift their leg really high,
yeah.
I want you to see if we can work through this. I want you to bring your head inside and Kiminari to attack the inside leg.
Oh, this way?
This leg.
This leg.
Your head's inside, your hips are going to swing the other way. See your face?
Oh, that sounds like fun.
We've elevated, but he's elevated his leg too high. Right, come in. Hide this leg from him. And keep your base. So then come and attack this way.
Oh, I see.
So if we're elevated here, again, in terms of the one you're doing, really, if I will attack this leg, I have to drop it.
I see.
And now as he comes back on top, it's an easier to catch. But I wouldn't try to catch it. I wouldn't try to elevate here.
Okay.
So if anything, we're trying to use our knee to drop it. Or we can go back.
And if they just concede bottom position rather than get leg locked, that's
Exactly.
good.
Take the top.
Perfect. Thank you.
What's your mindset before you compete?
Hopefully don't lose. You say? Same as you guys. You don't embarrass yourself, yeah?